Welcome back. All right, getting right into it. Last week we saw a lot of volume coming to the market. We had FOMC and we had NFP. Normally you don't really see those in the same week, but we can see here with the dollar here on the weekly, we got a nice bullish close. All right, price basically did a false breakout below this level, right? And now we're getting a firm close back above this level of structure. So going into this week, I will be looking for the dollar to be bullish because we look to the left. We did retest this previous level of supply, and we're now finding support. All right. So if I go down here, if we look at the daily or even the 4-hour, you can see this was the move when they raised the rates with FOMC. Then for NFP, price pumped back above. All right. But seeing that close on a weekly, definitely expecting the dollar to continue. I mean, we could see it pull back some first, possibly, but overall, I'm looking for the dollar to continue up bullish this week. All right. And I'm pretty heavy on, I'm focusing on mainly on the majors and the dollar pairs to catch some of these pullback moves. All right. So let's look at GU. All right. So looking at GU here, we can look at it on the weekly. All right. Price had a strong, this is really an evening star here on the weekly. Nice doji, but a big evening star with that big bearish close on the weekly. Looking to the left, it rejected from this same level where price had a fall from in the past. All right, so coming into this week, I will be looking for GU to still be bearish. All right, you can see here on the daily, strong close here on the daily. All right, then if we look to the left, where price is now at, it's at a previous level of structure, right? A major level, roughly around this major level of demand, all right, where price had a big bounce before. All right, so of course, if we get a break below that, then that could be a sign that we're going even further down. All right, so if we do this, if we get an understanding of where we could potentially enter, now we can see here, if you watch my last weekly forecast, or if you're in the Telegram or if you're in the VIP Discord, you see I was looking for this. I gave the projection. I said, hey, we were ranging right here. Once we get a break below this structure, all right, I would like to see a retest. So price did retest here, came back, retested, and had a nice fall. All right. So now moving forward, if price, was to pull back, I would like to see, ideally, it would be nice to see a pullback, into these anywhere between this level, coming back, having a pullback or a retest of structure for a continuation down. That's one potential scenario I would look for if GU wants to pull back further, or if GU just continues to break down. Like if it continues to break below here, like this zone I have, if it continues to break below, you can look for those opportunities on the pullbacks and take it further down. All right, so a break below that structure, the next point of structure that I would look for, of course, is here, because you see this is where price found some support, all right, in the past. So that would be my next potential target on GU. Now, if price was to come down and break below here, then I would look for a retest or a pullback opportunity, look for price to continue to move down further. All right. So I can also throw, let me see. Oops, hold on. Sorry about that. So I could also throw a trend line right here. All right. You can see we're breaking that. All right. So if price comes down and breaks below, continues, then look for bigger moves. So we'll just trade in line with structure and just keep it simple. All right, EURUSD. Okay. So with EU, we see as well going in line with the pump of the dollar. Look at this close that's about to happen on the weekly. Strong shooting star rejection on the weekly, which is a nice indication that the bears are in control and we can expect more drop. All right, because what price really did is I was looking for price, at the price sold off like that with FOMC, I was looking for the dollar to continue bearish, but I also understood, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they dumped the dollar with FOMC just to pump it for for NFP, and that's exactly what they did. So I was looking for price to pull up deeper into this level of structure before selling off, but it pretty much retested what some will call the order block. So it retested this level of supply, the supply order that gave us big drop in the past, rejected from that, and now we're falling down. All right, strong on the weekly. So we look at the daily. We also have a strong daily close, and price basically, you can see right here, price just is closing below that structure. All right, because this daily candle is going to close below once the market open. So that's our indication to continue to look for sales. So for me, this is what I would look for. Okay, I would either look for price to pull back, right? Pull back, possibly maybe retest the trend line or some sort of structure, and then continue. All right, or if price just, if I'm looking at like around these levels of support structure here, like if price just continues to drop, then look for some pullback or retest and then continue. All right, but overall, if I'm looking at like this zone I have here, let me see. Get rid of this. This zone I have here. So price is headed towards that zone. If I look to the left, this is a level that became resistance here, because you could see in the past, price broke below, retest, then continued, and it started, continuing that downtrend. All right, looking to the left, this was also a major level of demand. The price had a big pump. So once price gets, this is the level that I'm expecting EU to reach, right? Maybe after a pullback, I'm expecting it to reach. But if it breach here and it continues to break below, then that's a sign that we're looking to go even further. So you just look to ride the pullbacks or the retest opportunities and continue to trade in line with structure. All right, looking at gold. Okay, you can see I already had this mapped out. But overall, gold did the same thing, went in line with the strong dollar. And honestly, I believe a lot of times the metals or the precious metals like gold, silver, a lot of times they gonna show a sign to where it's going, because after FOMC did everything it did, before NFP came in, gold here on the daily printed this bearish engulfing. So that was a sign that it was setting up for the bears to continue to take control of this thing, because seeing that bearish engulfing there on the daily, also looking to the left, it formed a bearish engulfing rejecting from a level of supply. You see, this was a strong level of supply in the past. The price had a major drop. From that level of supply in the past, when it formed resistance here, price dropped about 2,800 pips. So that's a major level. So we see here price forming that bearish engulfing. Once NFP came, boom, we had the breakdown. So we had a strong impulsive breakout. All right, now you can see on the weekly as well, price form. This is an evening star reversal. Nice bearish indication. So I will only look for sales on gold. All right. If you look to the left, you can map this zone out here that is breaking below as well, because this is also can be seen as a level of supply, the next shorter level around basically 1900. So we got a firm break below 1900, which is also a strong psychological level as well. You see here on the daily, we got the trend line as well. We got the break of the trend line. Here on the daily, we got a nice bearish daily close. So I would like to see pullbacks. Ideally, I would like to see a retest of this structure. A retest of this, ideally, something like that, see some type of retest in here, really towards 1900. All right, and look for the opportunities to catch this next wave, because this next wave, it could be major. You know what I mean? So like, even if I had to risk gold, it's remove more pips. Even if I had to risk about 100 pips, because usually my stop loss is based off of structure. So let's say, I risk about 80 to 100 pips on gold, but I understand that the reward in this could be major. We talking 500 pips or more, really, is what it's looking like, based off of the type of rejection we getting on the daily and on the weekly. All right, so keep that in mind. When looking at gold, we can also look at it on a smaller time frame, like the 4 hour. All right, you can see here, this was the level of structure. It broke. All right, so now I really want to see this pullback. If we get this retest, this is beautiful. This will be beautiful. All right, potentially something like this. All right, stop loss above structure and a breakdown or something, depending on how price react up here. All right, but this could be a major play. Good risk to reward. So we'll see how that play out going into the week. AU as well. AU had a sharp, strong breakdown. All right, the strong breakdown on the daily, strong breakdown on the weekly. So we see this is a bearish engulfing here on the weekly, right? All right, now if we look to the left, it's formed a bearish engulfing from the same place it did before. Bearish engulfing on the weekly in the past, same level of structure, big drop. So price is just repeating itself. Price really just repeats itself. That's why you always look left to go right. You identify your zones, you identify your levels of structure, and you react to price, what price does once it reaches these levels. So you see here on the daily, strong breakdown. So really it formed a double top in a way. You know, this is a double top up here. You know, this level, double top, price had a breakdown. So now look for these pullback opportunities. Ideally, I would like to see some type of pullback. So go down even to the 4-hour, you know. Ideally, you want to see some type of pullback opportunity for continuation down. Looking at it from a double top perspective, this is the neckline structure. So that's what you would love to see, right? Potential towards 0.7 potentially before the next continued wave. All right, so that's what I would look for. Maybe a retested 7-0. You know, stop loss probably be above here. All right, and just ride this back down to the next level of structure. All right, now looking to the left to the next level I expect it to reach is roughly around here, this zone. All right, but if you look to the left, that was a level of demand or support in the past, but once it broke, it became a level of resistance where it had a big fall. All right, so if price does the same thing, if it comes down here but continues to break through, then I'll expect it to go even further down towards 0.7. All right. So really, these are beautiful, simple setups. Now we just got to be patient. You know, the market has clearly showed its hand. Now looking at NZD, USD, you can see everything is just aligning with these dollar pairs. It's all beautiful. It's all nice swing setups. So we just got to wait for the next potential pullback opportunity. Looking here on the weekly, strong bearish engulfing happened. Strong bearish engulfing, even a star type pattern. If I look to the left, where it rejected with the bearish engulfing is here. All right. We can see here in the past, this was a level of demand. Boom. So now at that same level, it became a level of resistance in the past. All right. So at that same level, it rejected, found resistance, bearish engulfing. All right. Also, we look to the left. I go down to the daily. We look to the left, we can see this is a previous level of supply here too. So we had a strong break below that zone. All right. So now you want to see a pullback. All right. You want to see a pullback here. You can take a trend line here too. You want to see a pullback. Ideally, I would love to see a pullback somewhere within here. All right. I would love to see a pullback up towards there. Okay. So something like this, you know, love to see that pullback. All right, but it's not guaranteed that it pulls back that much, but it could. That's only, you know, about another 80 pips or so. You know, so I would love to see going into Sunday, Monday daily close, seeing if we get those pullbacks or the type of pullbacks we want to see, you know, because this has been just straight impulsive drop. So something like this, some type of corrective move for the next play. All right, so GJ. So GJ had a big sell-off, all right? Had a big sell-off. You could actually see, I could show you here real quick. I actually called that in the VIP Discord. All right. So, you know, if you guys are looking for signals, live sessions, education as well, more hands-on mentorship, you know, I'll do it here in the VIP Discord. I called this sell on GJ. The TP2 was hit for 140 pips. You can see. I call it right here. Sell on GJ. I called it at 159, just shy of 160, and price just dumped. But where I gave the signal at, price dropped over 300 pips from, or about 300 pips from that signal. All right. So I look for, I'm not a scalper. I'm a day/swing trader. You know, I like to catch those daily swings. Okay. So this was a beautiful, perfect setup for us. And GJ just continued down. So now moving forward, because this is the move we were catching here. You see price had a breakdown, pullback. So I actually caught the sell around here. All right. And then we caught that move. Boom. So now price ended the week pulling up. I actually caught this to end the week. I caught a quick buy, especially understanding the dollar was pumping now. It's good to understand that JPY, the yen, and the US dollar, they trade inverse. So usually if the dollar is pumping crazy, you'll see the yen getting weak. All right. So that's what happened this week. To end the week, GJ pumped up. yen got weak with the strength of the dollar. All right. So now moving forward, if I look at this on the weekly though, GJ did have a big bearish close on the weekly. All right. But that's the weekly. So we can see this have a bigger pullback, all right, before any continued sales now. This could be setting up for a bigger wave up because price came down roughly around this level of support where it normally finds support. So we could see this give a bigger correction up back towards 160 possibly before any more potential sales. All right. All right. But overall, I'm still looking mainly for dollar setups. All right. But if this was the pullback, give you another opportunity, possibly you could look for a opportunity for the move up. All right. So that's it for now. If you're in the VIP Discord, I will be giving y'all any signals I see. If you're not, if you don't want to join the VIP, you can also join a free Telegram that will also be in the bio. I send out trade projections, trade ideas. You can capitalize off those as well. And be sure, to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all on the next one.